This is Indhu Sakthi, Assistant Professor, Department of English, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, Cuddalore. Today let's discuss the short story, The Renunciation by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a Bengali poet, writer, playwright, composer, and a philosopher. He was awarded Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. His major works include Geetanjali, The Gardener, Muktadara, and The Waterfall. His major themes include love and social issues. The present short story, The Renunciation, also deals with the themes such as class, prejudice, shame, revenge. The characters in the story are Hemanta, the protagonist, Kusum, Hemanta's wife, Harihar Mukherjee, Hemanta's father, Puri Shankar, the friend of Harihar, Nagabanta, the daughter of Puri Shankar, and Shripadi Chatterjee, the old man. Renunciation has the theme of revenge, letting go, love, bravery, and tradition. Tagore criticizes Harihar Mukherjee and persons like him who believe more in caste rather than humanity. The story begins thus. On a full moon night in March, Hemanta, a restless husband, tries to stir up his wife Kusum's sleep songbird in their bed. Kusum, a beautiful woman, tries to convince Hemanta and tell him about a mantra that can turn the right into a myth. Hemanta, however, refuses, stating that he has a strong urge to tell the story. As Hemanta chants a hymn on punishment, his father Harihar Mukherjee's footsteps outside, causing Harihar to roar and demand that Kusum be turned out of the house. Kusum hides her face in her palms, trying to fade away, but the southern breeze carries the songbird's song into the room. Hemanta's wife Kusum confirms the truth about her husband's disappearance. Despite her attempts to tell him she has sinned and has not spoken, Kusum tells Hemanta everything despite the pain and the numbness of her mind. She reflects on past life declarations, realizing the brittleness of love. She believes that even a brief separation can be torture and that love is eternal. Kusum's love for Hemantas is fragile and she believes everything is a lie. She believes that love is a greater liar and a hypocrite than she is. Hemanta, a sleep deprived man, confronts Puri Shankar Ghoshal about destroying their caste, and Puri Shankar explains that his daughter Nabaganta stole his daughter's ornaments and went abroad, causing a stir in the neighborhood. Hemanta's father, a village leader, forced him to renounce his daughter and was expelled from the community. Puri Shankar settled in Kolkata but faced further troubles when his nephew's wedding was broken by his father. He promised to take revenge if he did not deserve to be called a Brahmin's son. Now, at this point, he shares a story about an orphan girl called Kusum, who was hoodwinked by an old Brahmin who provided shelter to her. The old man became suspicious of the girl's behavior, discovered secret meetings between the two. Puri Shankar arranged for Kusum's accommodation at Chatterjee's house and told everyone he was her father. He wanted to publish the story as a book, but he couldn't write. Hemanta asked if Kusum objected to the marriage, but Puri Shankar did not pay much attention. Puri Shankar, an old man, was dealing with a woman who was in love with a young man, Shripati. The woman was initially shy and unsure of her intentions. He tried to break her shyness by mentioning that the boy was also in love with him and was running himself. Kusum, however, was hesitant and eventually agreed to marry. Puri Shankar tried to pass her off as a high caste girl, but Kusum refused. He believed that the boy was on the brink of losing his mind and that settling the matter would be better for everyone. When Kusum agreed, he deputed Shripati to visit his house with a marriage proposal, and the marriage was settled. Now, Kusum refuses to marry her uncle Puri Shankar, who is unable to persuade her. He tries to call off the marriage by revealing his sudden death and sending him away secretly. He fears the boy will be in the seventh heaven and he doesn't want to be responsible for the death of a woman and a Brahmin. The wedding ends and Puri Shankar feels relieved. Hemanta questions why Puri Shankar revealed the truth, but he explains that he discovered Hemanta had married a Shrudra girl and had done his duty. Hemanta asks Puri Shankar about the girl, but he says he has no objection to care for her. On the fifth day after the full moon, the night was dark and silent with a southern breeze, and starts attempting to resolve a mystery. Hemanta and Kusum sat in the bedchamber, with Kusum holding Hemanta's leg. Harihar Mukherjee arrived and ordered Hemanta to leave the house. Kusum, holding Hemanta's legs, kissed and removed the dust from his feet. Hemanta refused to renounce his wife, and Harihar asked if he wanted to lose his caste. Hemanta denied believing in caste and asked Harihar to leave the place. And finally, they both, as husband and wife, they leave the place. Finally, in the end of the story, Hemanta refuses to leave Kusum. Thus, Tagore explains the love for Kusum is more important to Hemanta than what society might think about Kusum being a lower caste, making life harder on Hemanta. But the point Tagore may be making is that Hemanta has done the right thing. He has stood by the woman he loves regardless of her social class. Life might become difficult for Hemanta, but at least he will have the woman he loves and who loves him by his side. The values of Harihar and Puri Shankar are not the same values of Hemanta. He is finally shown by Tagore a bravely breaking man of tradition. Thank you.